What happens when Razor designs a zippy little nostalgia-filled electric scooter that channels your inner grown-up kid into having more fun than you should?
Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today I'm reviewing the Razor Icon electric scooter, which, if the early 2000s is any indication, means I'm about to be the coolest kid on the block. Let's check it out.
So yeah, this thing is super fun, which means that you can accidentally get back into kid mode and just go hog wild, zipping around, forgetting about things like physics and friction. Part of that's due to these slightly odd solid rubber wheels, but partly it's because this thing isn't really meant for stunting, it's meant for casual riding, which seems to be its forte. Not only does it look pretty awesome, and also pretty darn close to the original Razor scooter, at least as far as homages go, but it's also got pretty decent performance, at least for a lightweight and low-cost 26-pound scooter that comes in at a reasonable $599. So how do we even get here? Well, Razor released this thing partly as a throwback, but also partly to charge a new direction for the company's e-scooter line, ditching things like chain-driving motors in favor of a return to their roots with a more minimalist scooter design. That means we've got a 300-watt motor in the rear that does double duty for both acceleration and braking, though there's also a stomp brake in back too, just like the old scooters, if you don't want to rely entirely on that electric motor braking. I'll say though that the motor braking is quite powerful and will probably surprise you the first time you push that brake switch. The motor itself is actually also surprisingly powerful, though maybe that's just because you don't expect a 300-watt motor on a lightweight scooter like this to really offer much performance. But it really does have decent pickup, and it gets you up to 18 miles an hour or 30 kilometers per hour, which isn't half bad. The 36-volt lithium-ion battery is UL listed, and it comes with a range rating of 18 miles or 30 kilometers, but that's in slow mode. I didn't use slow mode or even medium mode, I kept it in the highest of the three power modes, which is where all the fun is. I don't know who would ride this thing in slow mode, but it's there if you want it. As good as the performance actually was, I'm not a huge fan of the kickstart method. You can't just smash the throttle and go like on many electric scooters. You have to kick off and get to around 2 to 3 miles an hour before the throttle will actually start the motor. It sounds easy, but often you think you're going fast enough, only to find that the throttle doesn't do anything when you hit it, and you probably only pushed off to like 1.8 miles an hour. Again, that probably doesn't sound as annoying as it is, but when you mash the throttle and expect to take off, but instead the opposite happens and you just start slowing to a stop, it can be kind of frustrating. So give it a good hard push each time to make sure you snag the throttle speed on the first try. Otherwise, there's not much else to complain about here. It's nice that the scooter comes with LED lighting in the front and LED brake lights in the rear. The LED display is simple, but it works fine and it's easy to read. The color matching accents are nice and come in a bunch of options, and the $599 price seems fair. When it comes down to it though, there's nothing that really sets the Razor Icon apart from other lightweight budget e-scooters, other than that it's got an awesome retro look. You can get 18 miles an hour lightweight scooters just about anywhere, they're all over. You can trip over one and land on another, that's how saturated the market is. But if they're all gonna fall in and around this price point, then at least Razor gives us a fun and nostalgic look to this one, which just may be enough to win it a sliver of that market share pie. It sure is fun to ride, as long as you don't go too grown-up kid on it like me.
Thanks for watching everyone. We hope you enjoyed that test ride on the Razor Icon electric scooter. If you did, why don't you give this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.